Welcome back to another GAU Watchlist. I'm Trick Enigma with Gamers Among Us, and we're about to go through some of the exciting game releases coming up and preview what's to come in the next week. On our plate today, we have a sci-fi, first-of-its-kind game, Observation. Second, we'll dig into Dauntless, a monster hunting game that's sure to make waves. Then, we'll take a look at Atelier Lulua, the Scion of Arland, a highly anticipated RPG. And finally, we'll find out what Blood and Truth is bringing to the VR arena. First, we take a journey through space and observation. Developed by No Code and published by Devolver Digital, this game takes a new shift on role-playing games. In Observation, you'll play as Sam, not like Sam the person, but Sam the space station. In this game, you lay at the controls of a space station's systems, cameras, and artificial intelligence mainframe to help astronaut Emma find out what happened to the now-deserted space station and her fellow astronauts before they disappeared. You will help lead Emma through missions, help uncover clues, and ultimately help Emma find out more about Sam, though we're hoping that she also finds her fellow astronauts. The game takes cues from several found footage style films, as well as from several artificial intelligence stories and science fiction media. Arthur C. Clarke's Space Odyssey novels have been described as an influence, while the development team has also mentioned films like Gravity, as well as Alien, Europa Report, and Paranormal Activity. The developers have also looked at real-life images and footage from the International Space Station to help with art design in the game, as well as zero-gravity animations. The developers have also mentioned that they have not yet considered an Xbox One and Nintendo Switch version of the game, and remain focused on the game's launch on the PS4 and PC. When asked about why they decided to make the game a console exclusive for the PS4, they mentioned it was because Sony had taken an early interest in the game and has worked closely with Devolver for a number of years and have a long-standing relationship. This sci-fi thriller has gained a lot of hype leading up to its launch, and we certainly hope it doesn't disappoint. If anything, we're at least sure to see breathtaking graphics in an environment we haven't seen explored as much in recent games: space. Next up, we have Dauntless. After years of waiting since its original unveiling in 2016, we will finally be able to dig our claws into the latest Monster Hunter style game. Developed by Phoenix Labs and published by Epic, this free-to-play is shaping up to be just as massive as the monsters you fight. You play as a slayer who travels the world of the Shattered Isles, hunting beasts known as Behemoths. Dauntless is all about fighting gargantuan monsters and using their parts to build gear so that you can take on even more powerful opponents. Developer Phoenix Labs worked hard perfecting the title, which officially releases on May 21st for the PS4, Xbox One, and the Epic Game Store, with a Nintendo Switch version currently in development. Since the game has been in early access for some time, it'll properly launch with Season 5 alongside of a new Hunt Pass, which is basically the Battle Pass program. Leveling up in the pass system unlocks cosmetics and currency that every game has now following Dota 2 and Fortnite's popularization of the concept. Developer Phoenix Labs is promising massive updates for 1.0, including a mastery system for extra skill acquisition, a campaign rework, and questing and crafting enhancements. As a reminder, Dauntless is free to play and will support itself on a microtransaction system that leans towards cosmetics and boosts. Phoenix Labs says it's important to them that the players shown wearing rare armor or weapons in the game earn those through skill and not by a deep wallet. So far, the community has self-policed the studio if they overstep. Loot boxes were removed in 2017 after an outcry, which is a good sign for the game's future. Now we'll take a look at Atelier Lulua, the Scion of Arland's synthesis, exploration, and battle, the system that defines the Atelier series. While maintaining a system that the fans of Arland series will be familiar with at its core, this title also continues to evolve the system. Atelier Rorona marked the beginning of the Arland series, and now, following the events of Atelier Totori and Atelier Maruru, comes an all-new story. The latest title is set in a world preceding the story of Atelier Maruru. The title depicts how characters and locations have changed over time. Set in a world both nostalgic and new, the curtain lifts on another adventure for the alchemists. Alchemists exploring Arland for raw materials should always be prepared for battle. These powerful lands are not only home to important resources, but dangerous creatures wanting to attack. The Scion of Arland features a turn-based system where players can form a party consisting of 5 members, 3 attackers and 2 taking a supportive role. Support members automatically perform assist attacks to complement the attacker's actions, and aiming to trigger these regularly will ensure that maximum damage is dealt to enemies. In addition to the new gameplay details, Koei Tecmo America also revealed an early purchase DLC bonus and a limited edition version of Atelier Lulua, the Scion of Arland. All aspiring alchemists who purchase the game either digitally or physically within the first month of launch will receive the Innocent Fairy and Fish Girl costumes for Lulua via DLC. This special DLC will not be for sale in the future, so be sure to grab upon initial launch on the PC, Nintendo Switch, and PS4 on May 21st. Finally, we have Blood and Truth. Thus far, PSVR has had an impressive demonstration of what's possible with Sony's headset, but Blood and Truth looks to take everything up to an 11. We've been keeping an eye on this British action title, and it's looking better and better all the time, right up to release on May 28th. In Blood and Truth, you play as an ex-military meathead named Ryan Marks, who finds himself embroiled in a Guy Ritchie-esque gangster blockbuster. The game wears its explosive action movie inspirations on its blood-stained sleeve, with red barrels and extra ammunition around every corner. It's equally heavy on story though, with motion-captioned actors bringing its cast of somewhat seedy characters to life. As always with virtual reality, everything feels more real. However, it's the gameplay that's undoubtedly the star of the show. While the PlayStation Move wands are starting to show their age, they take center stage here as both of your hands can be moved independently of each other. You can holster your weapon to your thigh, grab ammunition from your chest, and generally pick up and observe any of the objects in the game world. It's a highly interactive experience, with the developer constantly putting objects in front of you to investigate. Whether you're picking locks or planting charges, it's all extremely tactile. While the story is unlikely to last longer than 6 hours, London Studio is packing it with extra content. There's a whole bonus location which serves as a museum for you to hoard your collectibles, and yes, you can collect and smoke vapes in a variety of different flavors. There's a shooting gallery for you to test out your weapons, each of which can be customized with different attachments that you unlock, and there's even a spray paint tool that you can use to physically paint your firearms different colors. Everything is completely interactive, even balls of paper which you can toss into the bin. We're eager to see if it all holds up in a real-world environment. The demos were definitely optimized to minimize the flaws of the PS Move's controllers, but assuming it all holds up, this is all but guaranteed to be the next level PSVR experience. We've never seen production values quite like this in the headset before, but perhaps most impressive is how London Studio has married its cinematic ambition to arcade-style gameplay that would be impossible to replicate outside of virtual reality. That's all, folks. For the past few moments, we've controlled a spaceship AI in observation, fought off monsters for old time's sake in Dauntless, cooked up some excitement for the Scion of Arland, and gotten our headsets ready to experience the VR action of Blood and Truth. I'll definitely be adding some of these to my future playthroughs, and have had a blast looking forward to the upcoming weeks for gaming. If you want to keep up with more future upcoming game titles, be sure to hit subscribe, or join our Discord to talk to the other members of the community about these games and many more. Feel free to comment about which games you might be interested in, or future games that you think we should feature. This is Trick Enigma with GAU, and thanks for watching.